Hi, my name is V, and you're watching One on One with Shay Rodriguez. I am the creator and founder of SavorV.com, which is the nation's fastest growing online bakery. I started selling cookies door to door and made a couple $100 in an hour, and that was the birth of SavorV.com, which is my baby, my heart, my online baker.
V, thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
I'm excited to have you here because it's like we're like cyber friends, and
Right.
I feel we're like real friends.
In real life.
Yes, in real life. So I want to talk to business people, entrepreneurs, creatives, the whole gamut about specific characteristics that they have that they know have propelled them beyond their wildest dreams.
Mm-hmm.
You are a phenomenal businesswoman covered by so many publications, and I was like, I have to get V here. Like, I have to get her on this series. The characteristic that I want to speak with you about today is perseverance.
Right.
Talk a little bit about your start and how you persevered through homelessness.
Right, definitely. Well, I was almost homeless. I was about 72 hours from eviction, so thank God that didn't happen. I was 48 hours from getting my car repossessed, but I'll give you all the little details there. So basically, I was working at an advertising firm and couldn't really cover my bills. I was entry level. I was making nothing. Like, I don't know how people live on that because I wasn't. But I had a roommate at the time, and so that's how I was able to cover my bills. We were splitting everything. Then I came home one day, and all of her stuff was gone, and we didn't have a fight. There was no falling out. There was no conversation.
Nothing. She said nothing to you.
Nothing. I called, no response. And then it got really bad. My electricity was turned off. I didn't have any lights. And so I would just read books. I didn't have any internet. I didn't have any cable. And I would just sit there and read books. I can't tell you how many books I read that week. But I got a hold of Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. And it talks about thinking and drifting and how we aren't properly thinking. And so I was like, there's something here. And I just kept reading the book. And then I felt like a voice said bake, and it was very weird. Like, I felt like I literally heard a voice.
Was it like masculine, feminine? Tell me about this voice. I need to know.
That's a great question. I don't know. I think it was a feminine voice. My grandmother baked, and she wanted to own a bakery when she was younger, but she didn't feel like she could do that. And I don't know if it was like her spirit saying something, but it was a feminine voice.
Okay.
As I think about it later, I always say, I think that was Annie, Grandma Annie, trying to give me a sign, like, girl, you better do this thing. Like, this is going to save your life. So I heard the voice, but of course I didn't have electricity.
Of course.
So thank goodness to that good family cell phone plan, I called a friend and I asked if I could use her kitchen. And she's like, sure, girl, I'm working on a project. I'm not going to be home anyway. So she told me where the spare key was. I let myself in. I used all her ingredients because I didn't have the money.
Of course. Who's reading these?
And I baked a snickerdoodle cookie. And I'm like, okay, what now? I made these cookies. And it was the most humbling thing. I felt like an overgrown Girl Scout. I went door to door in Atlanta to barber shops, to hair salons. I was in Publix parking lots. And I sold these cookies to people. And before I knew it, I counted up like, I had dollars, I had change,
everything.
And I made about $200. And I was like, what? And I looked at the time and I had only been out for about an hour. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is crazy. I took that money, I got my lights turned back on, and I have been baking ever since.
Recently, you've pivoted and refocused, drilled in on your business.
Definitely.
Talk about why you felt that you needed to refocus your business. What happened?
I felt like my passion was waning. I felt like it was becoming too businessy. Like, I wasn't being as creative as I like to be. It started to just become mundane. And I was like, I have to kick myself into high gear. So I started doing custom cakes for people. As a cake designer, I wasn't really a cake designer. And I'm looking at other cake designers who are getting like $2,000 for a cake, And I'm like, I want to know that I could be that good in the world of baking, that I'm being sought after, that I'm in demand, and that I'm just as good as
Buddy the cake boss.
Yeah. And so I started focusing more on the creativity and the design of cake and the beauty and the art of cake. So that's what made me kind of just refocus and drill there, because I had to know that I could be my best self in this world. Like, I want to make my mark.
You had become a brand of being queen of all things domestic.
Yeah, definitely.
So it was no longer just baking. It was cleaning. It was little DIY
it was all of that.
And you had a team. Like, you had a cohort ready to ride for you.
27 bloggers, and I made the decision to snip it. And it was a very challenging decision.
Did you agonize over the decision to do it?
I did, but I don't agonize very long.
Okay.
I make quick decisions. If I decide I'm going to do something, you're going to see it in like 48 hours.
Wow.
I don't know how anybody's going to feel. Like, I created a business, you know, kind of on accident, and it became a global brand. And I was like, it's going to stay that way.
So many women would be like, oh my God, it's so hard.
Yeah, and that messes up your business.
It does.
Your emotions. I cry a lot. I'm a big crybaby. I probably cry once a week, like, but I give myself a time limit. Okay, we're gonna cry with this today. We don't get to talk about it tomorrow. Like, you have to move on, because life is about progression and growing, and you can't stay there. And if I feel like I'm holding on, I'll go talk to someone. You know, I'll go talk to a therapist or call the bestie or work out or something, because you have to shift your mind. So I don't believe in just holding on to anything that's dead. You know.
I hear you, girl. Speaking of calling the bestie, you are the best friend ever. I saw you lifting up your friend on the chew. Talk to me about you approaching them in regards to your friend and just how important that networking decision was.
It started out that me and another bestie were going to be on the chew. And so they went in a different direction with the concept, which is totally fine. But I made sure that I kept that relationship with the assistant producer.
Okay.
And, you know, we're texting, we're DMing, we're doing all this. You know, I know a lot about him. He became my friend. And then so he just started reaching out to me about people that I knew who could possibly be on the show. And since then, with that relationship, I've had a ton of friends who've been on the show or on the website, things like that. So he said, you know, do you know anybody who this holiday season gives to so many people and nobody gives back to them? I said, I know just the person.
I love that.
And so they spoke, and they flew their entire family there. They had mom walk out on set, and she was like in tears. And then they threw a family Christmas party for them here in Atlanta, well, in Douglasville. That was amazing. They bought cakes from me, so I got to do all of the cakes for the party. There was about 100 people. They decorated the house from top to bottom. We had the ugly Christmas sweaters, catered food, and it was just a really amazing moment.
So you got to give back to someone who you love, and also kind of benefited from that experience too.
Absolutely.
Getting to know that producer.
And I still have a strong relationship with them, and
amazing.
you know, working with him with casting has been amazing. And
I love that the opportunity fell through for you, and you still kind of persevered and didn't get bitter about it. Or because
that's the thing. I don't believe that there are any opportunities that fall through. It's like it was just another means. Like, they had to go through me for that blessing. You're always a vehicle. And some people see it as, oh, you know, it wasn't for me. Well, it just wasn't meant for you. You were the vehicle that blessing had to come through.
I love that. Well, thank you for the opportunity to come and sit down with me. Would you shout out your website so people can come and get some of those delicious cakes that you have, and the Wakanda cookies? Every time I say Wakanda, I have to do this.
The Wakanda cookies you guys for a birthday party with. If you want them, holler at me on Instagram.
Yes.
I can be found at savorv.com. That's SAVORV.com. All 50 states. You have troops, you know, over in Afghanistan. We ship to them, Japan, wherever troops are. Or if you just forgot your mom's birthday and need to send her something special, you could do that. And I am at Domestic Queen V on Instagram and Twitter.
Yes. Thank you so much,
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming. Really, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. This is One on One with Shay Rodriguez and the queen of all things domestic.